Okay, so what you're seeing right here is a Raspberry Pi detecting objects in real time. Just a Raspberry Pi 4 and a basic camera module. And the thing is, it won't take more than 15 minutes for you to set this up. Let me show you how. Okay, the first thing you need to do is set up operating system for the Raspberry Pi. And you can use the Raspberry Pi imager for this purpose. For this project, I have already burnt Raspberry Pi OS in this micro SD card, which will be acting as the hard disk for the Raspberry Pi. So once it is done, we can simply insert it into the Raspberry Pi and connect the camera module. For this project, I'll be using Raspberry Pi camera module version 1. This will work perfectly with the version 2 as well. Okay, so once we have our Raspberry Pi up and running, the first thing we need to do is update and upgrade everything on the Pi. This just makes sure that all our packages are current before we start installing new things. And this saves us from weird dependencies issues later. Okay, that's finished. Next, we'll be installing some Python related packages. Yeah, and by the way, you will find complete instructions including the code in the link in the description down below. So if you have any doubts, make sure you ask it in the comments. So let's get started. We'll be installing Python 3 pip and Python 3 env. This gives us pip and Python package installer and the ability to create isolated environment. And the Python 3 PyCamera 2 is the official library for the V1 camera, and this one's important. It has to be installed through apt and not pip because it needs system level camera drivers. Okay, for me it's already installed, so let's go ahead. Next, we need to check if the camera is detected and working as expected. So open terminal from Raspberry Pi UI and try running this command. This opens a quick 5-second live preview, and there we go. We can see the feed, so the camera is connected properly and recognized by our systems. Now we can set up our project folder. Let's create a folder called YOLO detection and move inside to that directory. And inside this directory, we will be creating a virtual environment. But why are we doing this? On your Raspberry Pi OS, if you try to pip install something directly, you will actually get an error. It will say something like externally managed environment and it will throw an error. So basically the system is protecting itself from random installations. So we create this virtual environment to keep everything separate. Okay, the process has been completed, and now if we list all the directories, we should be able to see the virtual environment directory. Alright, now let's activate the virtual environment. And in order to activate it, simply run this command source vn/bin/activate. And here you should be able to see this vn before the prompt, right? That means the virtual environment has been activated. Next, and in this virtual environment, first we will upgrade the pip itself, and it shouldn't take more than 10 seconds. It should be quick, and once it is done, we will be creating one directory. That will be pip-temp. The thing is, we'll be installing a few packages for this project. PyTorch, which YOLO needs, is a massive download, over 400 megabytes. And on the Pi, the default temporary folder is actually a small RAM-based space, not our SD card. So even with plenty of storage free, the download can fail with no space left on device. By creating this folder and pointing pip to use it, we simply sidestep that completely. The first thing we will install with pip will be Ultralytics. And guys, this package is so big. This is the package that gives us YOLO, and it automatically pulls everything else that depends on it. So NumPy, PyTorch, all of them will be installed automatically. This download takes a little while, so I'll speed through this part. For me, it took around 10 minutes. And once it is completed, you might or might not see this error. But actually, this is a harmless warning, so we can go ahead. The next thing we want to install is OpenCV. We'll be using this for drawing the detection boxes and setting up the FPS counter and also showing our live window. In addition to this, we'll be installing a pre-installed library called Torch and Torch Vision, but the problem is the pre-installed version is not compatible with the CPU instructions of the Raspberry Pi processor. So we will be installing the current version that we have already, and then we will be installing the current version that is now supported, that is Torch 2.6.0 and Torch Vision 0.21.0. This pairing is confirmed to actually run on Raspberry Pi without crashing it. Perfect, all the installation has been completed. Now, before bringing in the camera, Let's run a quick test on a sample image just to make sure that YOLO and PyTorch are actually working now. This little script downloads YOLO V8 Nano model, that's the smallest, fastest version of YOLO, perfect for something like Raspberry Pi. It's only about 6 megabytes. Then it runs detection on sample straight photo and saves the result. And now it is running. It might take a few minutes. Okay, so here we have the output. So we have fed the input image, it has processed it, and the output is actually in test output.jpg. So let's open File Explorer and go to YOLO detection, and there we should be able to see test output.jpg. And look at that, it has picked up the bus, both people, even a stop sign in the background. PyTorch is working correctly right now. So time to bring in the camera live feed. And guys, before going forward, let me share with you something that might be really helpful for you. If you are really into electronics and robotics and home automation, then you know circuits and PCBs will always be a part of your life. And if you have been watching your videos, we have been using a tool called Altium PCB Designer for the past few years in order to draw circuit and create PCBs for our projects. Altium has so many beginner-friendly tools that helps us to draw the circuit and design the PCBs, whether it is for hobby projects or for professional use. We always prefer creating PCBs for our projects because it helps to keep the circuit clean and neat and helps to get rid of all the nasty wires hanging around. We can even see how the PCB actually looks like even before production in 3D in Altium PCB Designer. If you're a DIY electronics enthusiast, you're going to love it. So make sure you check it out. You will not regret it. The link is in the description down below. Now let's see the final script. You will see the complete script in the link in the description down below. We are using PyCamera 2 to capture frames at 640 by 480 from our V1 camera with a short 2-second warm-up so the auto exposure settles before we start. Then we load the YOLO Nano model, that is YOLO V8N.PT, the smallest and fastest version, perfect for our Pi. In the main loop, we grab each frame, run it through YOLO, and draw the bounding boxes and FPS counter onto the frame using result0.plot. Pressing Q exits the whole script cleanly. Now we can exit Nano and try running the script using Python detect.py and hit enter, and it will take a few seconds to load everything up, and there we go. As you can see, it has detected me with a really good confidence score of 0.93, and it's also trying to detect everything around me, and some of them are not detecting clearly, but that is expected. As you can see, majority of the things are being detected correctly. For a simple model running on a Raspberry Pi 4 that is doing object recognition, this result is amazing. If you have any doubts, make sure you ask in the comments down below. And if you find this video useful, give this video a like. I would really appreciate it.